Don't call me Dave. This is a question I want to talk about. Thoughts on the Oculus price announcement today? Isn't that interesting? For any of you who don't know about this, today Oculus Rift announced that their first big release was going to be $600. So many people pooed their collective pants and went, oh, $600. So I'm going to ping and draw. Ping on draw. You know what I mean? So, the reason why everyone pooped their collective pants, I think, is twofold. For one, that just kind of feels like a lot of money. You know what I mean? Ooh. So if I hit, and I do this, and I do this, dish, dish, dish. I think we're winning. GG. Gotta be slightly careful because... No, actually, never mind, I don't. Sorry, I've been in a rage. Woo! That just kind of feels like a lot. I feel like a lot of normal consumers that I've read have been talking about things being at like $300 or $400. Like a new console that feels like kind of good. Like when PS4 was announced as being a $600, people were like freaked out, lost their minds and stuff. But I think the more concrete things, other than, I don't know, it just kind of feels like a lot. I think the concrete things that people have been talking about excessively are the original price point was discussed as $200 to $400. And then it comes out as $600. So I feel like there's two things going on here. So there's this big thing about expectation, right? Like, let's say there had been no announcement of any price at all in the slightest. Ah! Ugh. Trying to see if there's a way I can die. I don't think so. Yeah, it's about expectation. I think that if just out of the blue they'd said Oculus is $600, people would do the intuitive thing. I'm not gonna buy that. There's this weird thing that happens on the market that, like, I actually don't quite understand. I would describe myself maybe as almost understanding it. Which is, people will think something is too expensive and ridiculously expensive. And then they'll buy it. And they'll just be mad that they bought it. If I think something's too expensive, I just don't buy it. And I think that the way the argument goes is that we've won this game.
Not. I must move quickly.
I think the way the argument goes is that, you know, it's like a scaling range. We won. Where there's an amount that someone will pay where they're happy, and then a greater amount where someone will pay and they're unhappy, and a greater amount where they won't pay and then they're fine. GG. Beginning the grind of the month, working great. And I think that for a lot of consumers, that it's frustrating because the way that marketing works is all about hype. It's going to be amazing. It'll blow your fucking mind. You won't believe it'll knock your damn socks off. Oh, you have to get this. It's a must-have thing. And now it's out of your price range, right? And I think that's like just a general, broad, huge disconnect that exists. Do I keep the Acolyte of Pain? Probably. Maybe I keep the Frothing Berserker. I don't know. GG. Like, it's kind of hard when that's the message that comes out, right? Ooh, this is gonna be nice. You know, that's hard. That's tough. I can perceive why that's hard. And I think that's just a general thing. Like, forget what the company has specifically said in what specific context and all that stuff. See, look at this nice little turn for us. Shit. I'm gonna get to pop this out. So I mean, like, I think this happens like across the board. Like, there's a new game coming out. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the most amazing thing ever. And the DLC is actually quite a lot of money to get the experience that you want. Do I slam it? I think I run this fine fellow out first. And I think this is the play, right? Just keep the board super duper clear. I think that's right. But I think the thing that, like, outside of just general hype, contrasting with what I feel like is an appropriate price, you know, aside from that, oh shit. Aside from that, I do know that the Oculus people made concrete claims. It should be in this price range, and that's a lot more of a concrete expectation, which it's so unfortunate because I can completely imagine in their situation that is what they wanted, and now it's just not going to turn out that way. This is a mid-range deck, so if I hit here. Wow, that felt good. Okay, so let me go through my full point. The price point was set at 600, which a lot of consumers were like, whoa, that feels like too much, which, you know, I understand, but at the same time, I just generally feel like people should lean a little more towards voting with their dollars, right? If you think it's too expensive, you can simply not buy it, and that's okay. Although I do understand this idea of there's a range where you will buy, but you won't be happy about it. And the bigger issue that I think that's at hand is that there were those concrete statements, like it should be in the 200-400 range, and it wasn't there. But I think that what's most intriguing to me about this entire thing is that it's... And the whole reason why I wanted to talk about the Oculus is that at the end of the day, let's imagine in 6 months, what's the net result? Fewer people will probably have bought it because the price point is higher. That's, you know, sort of basic. Some people are looking to throw around thousands for a hobby they're interested in. Some people are looking to throw around hundreds. But in about 6 months' time, there's still going to be that social sting, right? There's still going to be that concern that's not concrete in a sense. It's that social feeling of, oh, once upon a time they said something would be one way and then it turned out the other. And that reminds me so much of those contexts that you have with friends. Like, oh, definitely let's hang out Friday night. And you're like, yeah, dude, that guy always says we should hang out. And he never follows up and he always cancels at the last minute. You know, that sort of thing where it's less of a, oh, the price point is at this thing, therefore I will make this concrete, objective decision about it. And that's something that I'm very curious to see, because I'm increasingly a believer that in the future of just the general industries and markets, social currency is going to be really, really important. I think for a long time, especially because there was no internet, the only interaction I had with a company was like the product. Like if I bought this wallet, I don't know anything about the people at the wallet company. I just know this is a great wallet and I've owned it for like 12 years. I love this wallet. That's it. That's all I know. And if I knew nothing at all about Oculus, I knew nothing, and then someone just comes out and says, hey, we have the first ever big VR device. It's really sweet. $600, you should try it out. And that's the only thing that I had to work with. I think that a lot of people just would either not really have an opinion, or they'd be like, did you buy it? It was too expensive for me, so I didn't buy it. It's that social component lead up that just fascinates me. It fascinates me that Oculus could hype it up, it's going to be big, and let me personally assure you that it's going to be in this range. Actually, I don't know if it's a personal assurance. That's me bullshitting right there. But he said, this is the range we're shooting for, 200 to 400. Hello, Despy. And that now a lot of people are up in arms about that. Like, that's the thing that's really interesting to me. And it's so much about expectation management, right? So much about that. And, you know, similarly from the HTC Vive that Valve's working on, I haven't heard a bunch of hype from those companies about it. I haven't looked. There might totally be there. Let's see, Hunter? Nope. Probably nope. Maybe yes. There's a lot of 1 health things, so I think this is okay. Hello, baby cat. Snuggling on my lap. Hey. Ow! I gotta trim your baby cat claws. And also I saw an interesting chart that showed the sort of... Oh, GG. That showed the comparative cost of consoles when they were released. And in Oculus is... You know, it is $600. And there is a pretty significant hardware cost to running it at all. But in a lot of ways it's in line. Expectations, man. And we see this also happen with authors. Maybe I shouldn't have run that out. I don't know. It feels okay. I'm gonna run this out. It seems a little bit more threatening. You see this with an author like George R.R. Martin. Is he doing anything wrong or bad by having not finished his Game of Thrones book? No. Like, objectively, no, not at all. You know what I mean? He created entertainment from nothing. Then an expectation just happened that said, I want more of this entertainment. And then people are upset because of that expectation. So fascinating. So now it's like this interesting thing. If you are an author or you create a creative work, you have to recognize that there is that expectation. And how do you appropriately manage and mitigate that expectation? How do you do it, Despy the cat? So, I mean, like, I know of authors that have, like, written their first book in a trilogy, and they have the second, they have a lot of progress on the second and the third before they do anything extensively public with it. I think I'm gonna do this, and then run this puppy out and armor up. So this will put a threat on him, and also have another one. Yeah, they'll have those sort of backups there. Because when you have like a creative work, there's actually no real telling when you definitely will be able to make the creative breakthrough and finish the creative task. Oh, you killed it all. GG. So you have to mitigate that lack of predictability. This deck feels so good. All the mana. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. GG. This is pretty sick. Having the Corcoran elites. I don't know, so that's my thought. I'm actually completely, like, personally, with the Oculus Rift price, I am completely fine with it. Doesn't bother me in the slightest.